am Andrea. Welcome to MTV's Essential USA versus Europe. Today we're bringing you all our favorite transatlantic tracks. Coming up, Lady Gaga takes on Cheryl, Nicki Minaj picks a fight with Florence Welch, and Foo Fighters have it out with Coldplay. But first, Jessie J and Katy Perry both managed to squeeze an unbelievable number of top 10 singles from their hit albums. Our first Essential track comes from Katy P, and it is the delightfully trippy Wide Awake. Join me for more Essential USA versus Europe videos after this quick break. You're watching MTV's Essential USA versus Europe. Next up, Kasabian and Maroon 5 are both getting a reputation for making some truly entertaining videos. Before Tom and the boys get rewired, Adam and Co team up with Wiz Khalifa for a white knuckle heist video set all around a payphone. This is MTV's Essential USA versus Europe. So the old world might not be able to match the US when it comes to rappers, but how about a rapper who has also starred in 3 movies and written and directed a feature film of his own? Good to see Plan B's got a Plan B. This is She Said. Loads more great tracks to come, so make sure you join me after this quick break as we continue with the most essential USA versus Europe. We're checking out all the essential USA versus Europe tracks. Next up, Britain's answer to Lady Gaga. Well, I don't know about that, but Cheryl is definitely a national treasure and a fashion icon after 10 years at the forefront of the pop scene. Showing off some retro style, this is Under the Sun. You're watching MTV's Essential USA versus Europe. Now, Florence Welch says she gets her inspiration from across the Atlantic in the shape of Fleetwood Mac's Stevie Nicks, and you can definitely see it and hear it. Here she is with the machine for Spectrum. Join me for more Essential USA versus Europe videos after this quick break. We are down to our 10 most essential USA versus Europe tracks. Tiny Tempa, Foo Fighters, and Flo Rida are all still to come. But first, the young American star whose career so far has been one hit after another. It's Chris Brown and Don't Wake Me Up. We're counting down our essential USA versus Europe with a truly transatlantic collaboration, as Tiny Tempa gives Eric Turner's career a huge helping hand. The American singer's success is surely written in the stars. These are MTV's Essential USA versus Europe videos. Up next, the song that Dave Grohl described as his favorite of all the songs he's written. With this moving video, it's one of our favorite tracks too. From one of the biggest rock bands on the planet, it's Foo Fighters and These Days. This is MTV's Essential USA versus Europe. Next up, British rock has always taken on a poppier edge compared to its American counterpart. So while the US gets Foo Fighters, the UK gets Coldplay. And you know that wherever those British bands are concerned, a sense of humor is never far away, as this next video for Paradise proves. Loads more great tracks to come, so make sure you join me after this quick break as we continue with the most essential USA versus Europe. You're watching MTV's Essential USA versus Europe. Next up, another collaboration to straddle the Atlantic, as Miami's Flo Rida teams up with Paris's David Guetta for a video the duo described as the biggest party of your life. No wonder the club can't handle them. Still to come on MTV's Essential USA versus Europe, will.i.am, Calvin Harris, and Beyonce. But first, David Guetta and Flo Rida joined forces again for a song that was obtained by hackers and posted online before Guetta and Flo could release it, leading the boys to call in the Pentagon. Dramatic stuff and a dramatic video to match. This is Where Them Girls At. These are our essential USA versus Europe tracks. We've got one more transatlantic collaboration before we get down to the serious stuff, as the USA meets the Netherlands. It's a little known fact that Ava Simons is a classically trained pianist, although will.i.am does not let her touch his grand piano in this video. It's This Is Love. Join me for more essential USA versus Europe videos after this quick break. We're into our last 3 USA versus Europe essentials with the soundtrack to any summer from British duo Calvin Harris and Example. They look like they had a lot of fun making this video in LA. And suffice to say, a lot of expensive cars were damaged during shooting. This is We'll Be Coming Back. We've got just 2 essential USA versus Europe tracks to go, and how could we not include America's biggest superstar? She's had some of the biggest hits of the decade in both the USA and Europe, and is equally at home whether playing an intimate concert in Las Vegas or entertaining the muddy crowds at Glastonbury. With The Best Thing I Never Had, here's Queen Bee, the one and only Beyonce. We're down to our last essential USA versus Europe, and we've saved the biggest voice for last. She's another amazing female artist who's managed huge success on both sides of the Atlantic, breaking records that have stood since the Beatles and clocking up the longest running #1 album on both the US and UK album charts. With the bluesy rolling in the deep, it can only be Adele.